Welcome to Framework Fortune. I'm your host Ben, and good morning, traders. Let's see what we got going on today. Here in the chat, looks like I may have screwed something up. Let's take a look, make sure. What an ugly weekend it was for cryptos and a lot of the market. I haven't quite seen yet where we are at with the SPY this morning, but I do know cryptos are down a little bit. Just a little bit, no? Oh yeah, we are streaming there, okay. So ISIG did get a nice pop up all the way to 28. Unfortunately, I was in the shower when that happened, so I missed locking out. That was close to where I wanted to lock out, that $30 area. It still is uptrending, so I'm keeping an eye on it. Still above my entry, so that's good there. And then of course BTCS holding that 450 area pretty strong. Bitcoin dropping is not really helping with BTCS. If Bitcoin could rebound, BTCS would probably make a very nice move. Let's see what the SPY is doing here. Oh, SPY dumping even more. Look at this. Look at this. That's what I said. If it cracked that area, we'd be coming down. So it has cracked that area. We are coming down, and this is all the markets. It's not just the crypto markets, not just the stock market. What's up, Lauren? Good morning. So with the SPY dropping like that, I mean, everything's got to be blood red. Yeah, most things blood red. No surprise there at all. Okay. So let's see what's going on as far as any plays. Ears down low, it possibly could see some action. Jules still selling off. That thing just never could rebound. Dogs. Keep an eye on it. IMMX. That's all right. Excuse me, guys. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. All right, I don't like none of this. So let's see what is actually popping. Oh boy, this looks. Actually, this has got a lot of room to move. Break at 750. BBLG. Very low float. They have a pre-recorded presentation. That's not enough really to move this thing, but it is very low. Like I said, 750 is a very strong resistance area, but if it breaks 750, it's got room all the way up to that $15 area, so we'll keep it on watch. APR They signed. Oh, it's an acquisition, so nothing there. RELI. RELI is at the bottom of this trend line, so we keep it on watch for a couple of days maybe. Ooh, whatever that was just ate it. Nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Oh, BTCS is looking good. Like it is setting up for a possible move here. ISIG starting to rebound a little bit too. Here's bouncing a little bit. So SPY bouncing. Let's see. No, that's not really a bounce on the SPY. That's very bearish looking. Okay, let's get into the hour chart. Let me examine all these plays. Oh God, yeah, look at the hour chart on the SPY. Not looking good. Not looking good. Probably going to come on down to that 455 if it can't hold here. Ear, there's the downtrend. The ear has to break if it's going to start moving back up. Oh God, I'm just taking dogs off the watch list. I don't like the way it looks. ISIG, here's our trend line that we're following on the uptrend. We just bounced off of it. And BTCS, like I said, breaking over that wedge. Move this $5 line, and remove that too since we broke all that. So today BTCS is just trying to confirm the breakout of this wedge, and then BBLG is just going straight up. So if you looking at it right now at this area, basically be looking at a scalp. It possibly, well, like I said, it possibly can run up to that 750. I don't think it will break there, but let's see. We did just bounce pretty hard off that 514. But we're kind of getting this little flat top right at 650, 660. And then RELI got the 50-day in the way. It's got to break back above. A little downtrend there. BTCS. Is it going to be today the day that you do a little poppy shenanigans? ISIG is starting to make a very nice U shape on this 15-minute. Rebreak at 25 and hold a 25 support. We could see that try to go back up to 30. Didn't quite get there earlier. See PBLG starting to break. I just don't want to buy this all the way at the top. Because my concern is we're going to run into 7 and then get rejected a little bit. Because there's so much selling pressure right here at 7 with these flat tops on the 15. But we do got to keep an eye on the SPY, because if the SPY dumps, that could ruin everything. Let's see. What's up, David Davis? What's up, Lauren? What's up, Orlando? I hit the moonshine, did I? I didn't realize I hit the moonshine this morning. I guess I did, according to Lauren. Yeah, I'm not seeing much else going on. What is this? Wow, this thing just ripped 40 bucks. IRTC. More expensive play, but that's a pretty nice rip. So you ain't got to buy but a couple of shares of it. And if it rips 40 bucks, you make a nice... Oh, look at the VXX. The VXX just exploding because the SPY just dying off right now. I want to see BBLG come down. I think it's, I don't know. This is the pattern, and this little flat top, and then possibly a triangle, but still got another 15 minutes. Let's see, where's this? Yeah, we got 2 minutes on this candle to close. Let's see how that candle closes. IMX not really doing anything. I mean, right at this moment, BBLG is the only thing I'm seeing. This is, Come on down here. Jesus. Okay, there we go. So this thing is slowly uptrending. Normally these acquisitions don't get much movement after they've already popped up, but that is interesting. So maybe we keep that one on watch. So BBLG did just throw a wick up there to 678. Still getting pushed down. Yeah, right now, Sicilian, you got to lock in profits, man. This market's too crazy. I mean, the swing trades I'm in are in my favor, even with the SPY. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if we get a bounce, you could short the VIX, but the VIX, I think, is a volatility one. Has volatility mixed into it. Like VIX is not the one that I mainly. Well, I mean, if the market's going down, I definitely go long on one of these. I have a bunch of different inverse ETFs: UVXY, VIXY, VIX, VXX. VXX. Maybe this is the one. Oh yeah, VXX is not an ETF. This is an ETN, and I'm pretty sure there's volatility mixed in with it. I could be wrong. So let's see. We're opening right at the top. If we start breaking here, I might take a shot. God, I just if we get rejected at 7, it's not gonna be worth it. Spike looks like it's getting ready to pull back some more. Just nothing but dumping. Yeah, come on down a little bit, BBLG. I'd like to see it back down at 625. I mean, I would take an entry there. Just put a stop loss. Although it's really not trying to come down. ISIG. So this U shape could get ruined if it dips anymore. Needs to continue to slowly climb its way back up. Dine, what are you doing? Dine, early access collaboration, license agreement with Pfizer. So this company has an agreement with Pfizer, only 29 million in float. I actually may go on this instead. Let me see the daily chart. We got the 12 or the 200 day at 1239, but still that's quite a bit of room for it to move. That type of PR is pretty damn good. And I'll be buying it low instead of buying at the top like BBLG. Let's see, hold on a second. Let me make sure I read that right. Oh no, Codex. This is not the right stock. Codex is the one. Why do they got NDAs? Codex, I've been saying to keep an eye on. No, that's not showing anything. So, okay, maybe it's not Codex. What the what's going on with this thing? Codex DNA. Maybe that's is that the name of their company? It's gotta be. Yeah, okay. I'm hopping in here 30 shares, starting to hold $10 support. I've been watching at level 2 as I was talking. Let's see, where's our stop loss? Oh, beautiful. God. Yeah, this is a good entry. Oops, I only got 10 shares. Here, get out of here. Okay, so that was confusing. That was my bad. I was confused because it says Codex, CODX is ticker symbol that we always call Codex, and but that's not the right play. DNA is Codex DNA. So that was just a dumb mistake on my part. And then we're just gonna put this stop loss right about 950. I'll risk 15 bucks on this thing. Because if it cracks and starts to go bearish, it goes bearish. But on the off chance this news starts to get some hype, it is so low. Well, not so low, but it's not really moved since that pre-market move at all. And that is pretty good news. Okay, beautiful. ISIG does look like it's going to try to push up and test 25. Maybe another 10 minutes. BTCS creeping. PBLG still flat topping. It's holding up thus far, but we have the 4 hour. Here we go. Let's see, SPY just continuing to drop, hitting lows. So until we find a bottom, market's not going to rebound very well. And that could cause this, if the SPY has a sudden yank down, could yank BBLG right out of this triangle. DNA still holding up there. Basically, it's testing $10. It's got to hold $10 strong, and then new buyers could come in and try to push it up. BTCS. So look at this hour chart on BTCS. We got 9 minutes. We really would like to see this candle push above the body of this candle and close above it, which it has, like I said, 9 minutes to do. If this red candle can turn green and start pushing above that right before the close, that would be a good indicator of a nice rip coming, but we'll see if it can close like that. It's got 8 minutes to do it, so it's plenty of time. PBLG is still hanging in there. I don't think I have much funds left. No, I could probably about 20 shares, but I really am very skeptical on this play at the moment. I could be very wrong. Some support around the 550 area it could drop to. It's just struggling so hard at this 675. Let's see, BTS going to try to push here. Big buyer, or possibly shorter, on this bid at 500 shares. Could be a seller as well. It looks like more than likely a buyer, especially since we're in an uptrend. Let me see here. Orlando, you're down right now, but you don't care. You got caught one of your swings because you're hard hit. Well, like I said, I missed this pop up to 28.69 on ISIG. I would have locked at least some of it out up there, but it was in pre-market, so I didn't see it. Didn't see it pop up. I was getting ready and taking the dogs out and all that. And I came back in and was like, ugh, are you serious? This thing just ripped right where I wanted it to, and I wasn't there to lock it in. APR not doing anything. RELI definitely looks like it's going to fall. Now this is still holding up. It possibly could try to break here. Let me see what the 5-minute looks like. I'm gonna take. Oh no, I can't take 20 shares. I'm gonna take 10 shares on it. That's all I got to get. That's all I got to get. Maybe 15. Let me see if I can get 5. Yeah, okay. So I got 15. You know, unless this thing rips dollars, which it may not. It may not even rip at all. But what I'm looking at in this 5-minute is we just kind of, buyers pushed it up off of that area, off that little uptrend. We still got 5 minutes on this last candle to close on the hour chart. Now it's starting to show a little weakness. This thing cracks, it's going to come down hard, so just trying to decide where I want to put my stop loss at. You see all this indecision right here at the tip. Buyers and sellers battling it out. See, SPY having a small, tiny rebound. I mean, tiny. Three minutes on all these important-ish candles to close. Let's see. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Lori. David Davis talking about BTCS. Michelle B, you should have woke up today. Yeah, BBTS is another crypto stock. I think BBT, is that what the ticker you put? Maybe that's not the stock I was thinking about. Yeah, I don't know what ticker that is, unless you're talking about the Bitcoin futures or whatever. ISIG just popped over 25, so that U shape, if it can hold 25 here, that we could see a nice breakout on ISIG. This is a beautiful U shape, just absolutely beautiful. BBLG coming down a little bit more. Got a minute and a half. BTCS still kind of having problems with that 475 flat top on the hour. That's what I was concerned about. BBLG may crack. That's why I didn't really want to get into it too early or with a lot of shares. Because on the hour chart, we're way above the 10-day. 10 days back down here at 450. So if we're taking a move in consolidation way above support areas and trying to make new support areas, we got to make sure those new support areas can hold. And $6 should be trying to, $6 should, well, I don't say should, $6 has been holding as support, and we see another dip back down to 6 right there. Buyers did buy it up. DNA's still just doing a slow little creep, which I'm fine with. BBLG opening up out of that outside of this triangle at the moment. If it starts to dump, I'm getting out. So we closed the hour chart with a big indecision candle. The wicks are about the same size on both sides of the candle. So a lot of indecision there. And it looks like it may start going. Oof, man, this thing is so close to going bearish. But, ISIG still holding 25 at the moment. Yes, this looks like it's going to crack. I'll give this half a second longer. See if it pushes back up any at all over at 615, but well, some bids trying to stack at 615. Just the bottom of that candle, 597. I'm just going to put a stop loss on this little thing here. Right below $6, because if it cracks 6, it's going to come back down to 5. But it doesn't look good anymore. Didn't look great in the first place, but I was looking for at least a little scalp, a little pop up out of there. Couldn't get it. BTC or ISIG still testing 25. See, bids are trying to stack there. Nice. Ask are moving up higher. Bids are moving up over 25. Good morning, Jason Ball. Yeah, I know. I'm a hypocrite, David Davis. That's why I say don't follow what I do. Make your own decisions. Because you don't want to be buying at the top, for sure. Like I said, I didn't go very many shares on this in the first place. It looks like it's going to crack more than likely. It's trying to hold that 6, but this triangle consolidation is done for now. BTCS getting rejected off of that flat top. 475 is going to be very strong resistance and $5. So that just BBLG just cracked. So I had that stop loss in, so a little $10, $9 loss there. That's what I was concerned about. That's why I was like, I don't know. I was looking for the little possible breakout, but it's just way too high up. You look at it on this hour chart, like I said, it's at the top. Like David Davis calling me out for my own hypocrisy for buying at the top, and he is absolutely right. Yeah, Ruben, I'll hurt you after the live stream about it, man. I haven't had any time, but yeah, we'll get to that right after this. Let's see, what did you say? Cosmos Atom on a tear? I like to hear that. That's what I'm talking about, Lightning Rick. Don't tell me good news like that. You know I'm a cosmonaut. Or at least Adam's not doing too much. It's around 36. ACH is up, but yeah, the whole... Godly, man. Everything was looking pretty good last night. Now all of a sudden everything is in the crypto market has really ate it. Over the weekend. So far so good. We're holding that 25 area here. We can continue to hold, we'll be all right, I think. It looks like we may be getting... I keep seeing so much about Bitcoin going bearish and stuff, but Bitcoin still hasn't cracked 40,000 yet. Like 40,000 is a very strong support number. So anybody freaking out about the crypto market dropping in the first place, I mean, as long as Bitcoin's above 40,000, Bitcoin is still twice the price it was at least at the beginning of last year. I think beginning of last year. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird, Ruben. You shouldn't be having any of those problems, but I don't know. Maybe the editing software you're using. See, DNA's a little pullback there, but still really not moving, which is fine. And BTCS may pull back a little bit. Let's see where we at on the SPY. SPY having a little rebound, so this could be, the rebound for the rest of the day possibly. It is, we are down near some lows. We're down near some support for the SPY, so as much as I'm bearish, I'm still not calling the alarm yet because that 450 area is going to be strong support, held up plenty of times, 3 days prior. But 450 starts to crack, then I'm ringing an alarm. Then get ready. ISIG is starting to push up some more. Real quick, guys, I'm going to take a quick break before ISIG possibly gets really going here. We'll see, but I'll be right back. Well, that's absolutely beautiful. Perfect break of that U shape. Breaking 25 up to 27. Looks like ISIG may get going here. We go ahead and get ready to lock some profits out if we get that So what we don't want to see right here is a downtrend starting to form, because if we get rejected at this 27.50, we're going to have to come back down again to 25 and bounce off and come back up and test. The daily chart, though, actually I'm in the weekly chart. Don't know why. How the hell did I get in the weekly chart? Daily chart, though, if it breaks 30, whew, could get spicy. But that's what I'm waiting on, is to look to see if we're going to test 30, because daily chart certainly looks like it wants to test the uptrend at the moment. SPY still rebounding a little bit. Let me read through some of these, see if I see anything interesting in these news headlines. Oh boy. Moderna CEO. Why is Moderna CEO expecting annual booster shots? He's a CEO, not a scientist. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, ISIG did get rejected off of that downtrend, confirming that downtrend. So now we want to hold 25 as support, like I said. I'll read some more of these. USA CB Employment Trends Index barely beat out estimates. Wholesale inventories are down quite a bit from estimates. Goldman Sachs sees Fed balance sheet runoff starting in July, with risk tilted to the even earlier side. So Goldman Sachs is starting to get a little nervous about the markets. European markets lower ahead of Fed Chair Powell nomination hearing on Tuesday, because we're going to keep old Jerome Powell in there because he's done such an excellent job. D-Nate coming to that little triangle tip there. Still slowly pushing. And BTCS still holding 450. Just keep an eye on ISIG. Now, I don't know. If inflation has technically rose on paper, but when I do my grocery shopping, I'm very particular on prices and stuff. And if you don't do this at the grocery store, this is going to be a good lesson right now. So the prices at the grocery stores have been going crazy, up and down, up and down. Yesterday when I went, I noticed quite a bit of a jump in prices from the prior week. So that told me that inflation is getting higher than what we expected. But this is the actual lesson. When you go to the grocery store and you see that they've got 2 for $3 sales, we'll say this is on bottled water, right? So you see like 2 for $3, or 2 for $5 for a regular pack of any water, right? Just like a 12 pack. All right. And then you see the big package that's not on sale, and it's $5.50. Well, if you do the math on the number of the fluid ounces or liters or whatever in that 2 for $5 sale, and then do the math on how much you're getting for the price at 550 for the big container, you're going to actually work out better buying the big thing of waters most of the time. The sales that they put on in normal times can be good sales. In inflation times, the grocery stores are going to be doing every type of hoodoo they can to offset inflation. So a lot of the sales that you're going to see are not going to be good deals. You gotta do the math per container of what you're getting versus the dollar value. Now, if you want to be that meticulous. Now that's how I actually keep up with inflation for the most part, is by doing that. If I'm keeping up with the prices of everything at the grocery store as inflation's going up, I can tell just by looking at that. So I don't know if inflation is higher by the technical numbers right now. I've not seen anything on it, but from what I've seen at the grocery store, inflation's got to be getting near double digits by their metrics. It's got to be. There's no possible way that it's not. Like the normal toilet paper I buy went from normally $5 a big thing of it to $8. That's a $3 jump within a week of what it was last week. And it wasn't just toilet paper, it was across everything. Bacon. You guys know me. That's how I promote inflation. Well, not promote it, but educate on inflation is bacon. Bacon inflation is usually one of the first things. Exactly, Lord. That's another thing. You know, they're not discounting the meat anymore. They'd rather let it spoil. They can't discount it because then they'll lose money that way. If it spoils, they can write it off on taxes. So that's why they're not coming down on the prices. But it costs more because of inflation. It costs more U.S. dollars to put gas in the trucks to bring all the food to the grocery store. The packaging, the supplies that it takes, the plastics and all of that, that is going to be more costly in U.S. dollar as well. So U.S. dollar prices, of course, are going to continue to go up and be inflated. Um, I don't think the Feds can stop it. Even if they taper, I think the taper is going to cause the market to crash. I mean, we're already seeing some pretty nasty downward movement in the SPY, in the Dow Jones. Possibly the Feds can try to hold it up, but again, the more they try to hold up the SPY, that's the money printing that they're doing. If they're continuing to do that, then it just devalues the dollar more. So we're just heading in a downward spiral of our financial systems. They're like cracking down by the day, which is what I've been talking about for the past 2 years, is it was only a matter of time. Let's see. You're getting hungry, Christopher Coin. Yeah, I know, man. That's why Hal's out here. H&H Trader's always like, man, I gotta make enough money just for a box of cereal. Too high. You've noticed that they try to hide inflation by selling less for the same price. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's what they're doing. So DNAY testing that tip of this triangle. So that thing may possibly start moving here. But let's pull up the indexes and see what's going on the indexes while we're just kind of waiting around for ISIG and some of these plays to make a move. If they're going to make a move, I may end up locking ISIG out. I don't know yet. But it's definitely concerning. Okay, let's see here. So oil having a little pullback, but still climbing up. Here's the main thing, though. This is the dollar chart, right? And if you've been following me, this is what your purchasing power of your dollar has been doing. It's been downtrending for over a century. But the SPY had tried to, break out. Not SPY, but the dollar index tried to like push up where people were getting out of cryptos and money moving around, but it doesn't matter as long as inflation continues. It's going to devalue the dollar. So we are seeing gold hold this Dow Jones index. Remember I was talking about this last week where we got rejected. This pullback was easy as hell to call. I didn't do anything magical. All I did was look at the Dow Jones index and draw this channel that keeps getting wider. I was like, hey, more than likely we're going to drop here because it dropped every single time it hit this uptrend channel. So this time, maybe we build a higher low right here. That is a possibility. That's why I say I don't know if the SPY is going to continue to crash yet or not. Could build a higher low and push back up the rest of this week. But if we crack this 35,000 area on the Dow Jones, expect the SPY and all the market to come back down pretty hard. Silver a little low. Look, real estate has pulled back quite a bit too. Real estate index going from 455 down to 425. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, both of those, of course, having some pretty hard pullbacks, but they are pretty low on the RSI. They're getting really extended on these sales in the crypto market. Like if Bitcoin was to crack 40,000, it could dip down, but still I think the bottom is 30,000 right across here before buyers really start coming back in. So I don't think the crypto market is going to drop terribly much lower. Maybe some, but not a lot. Alright, DNAY pushing up to 1015. BTCS still hanging out there. ISIG still doing its thing, trying to hold 25 as support. BBLG continuing to sell off. IMX, I don't know, I may leave that on watch. APR is not doing anything. Things just slowly moving up barely. Okay. Send me some comments here. Oh, there's Daniel B. Good morning, Daniel B. Jimmy, you just topped over from HH Vid. He said that he knew that you hadn't sold your ISG. Yeah, of course. He knew. Me and HH was talking about it over the weekend. I told him. I've been saying. I was telling him he should have got in it way earlier. I've been adding to it. I got in back here, and this dropped somewhere, and held it through all of this. Oh no, I'm sorry, not back through here. I got in through here, at like 22 on this dip because I thought 22 might hold as it was strong resistance, but didn't end up holding as new support. But it's holding this 10-day moving average. It's still climbing up. It's not giving me any bearish indication to sell yet unless it gets rejected off the top of this trend line. And so far today, it's making some pretty nice moves. My only concern is if the stock market cracks that 450 area. But you can see buyers coming in before it even got close to 450 and buying it up. So that's what I was saying. We probably will rebound at least somewhat here. We'll probably have a nice pop back up. Maybe today up to like 468 or something if the market does rebound. And then tomorrow maybe see another push to 475. Possibly. We'll see. We also have the Mighty Morphin Deltacron now that is, scaring people quite a bit. DNA up to 1022, breaking that tip of that triangle. Still not a lot of volume on it yet. Very low volume, but like I said, I'm in low on this. Previous day support has held up so far. $10 has held up so far as support. Let's see. Trading Pennies, you just subscribed. Thank you for that. I don't know if you guys got to see the dancing crazy Elon Musk or not. Do you use the 15-minute throughout the day? So I use multiple time frames. If I'm in a trade looking for an entry or I'm looking at the price action closely, I use the 5-minute. I rarely use the 1-minute. Like I'll use the 1-minute if we're at a resistance area or support area to see if we're going to hold that support or break that resistance and vice versa. So I rarely use the 1-minute. Like if I do use the 1 minute, it's for a very short time frame. But yeah, I use the 15-minute as a main chart. I always look at the 15-minute. I also use the daily chart. So 1 day, 1 year chart. And then I'll take a look at the 1 hour chart. Now, why do I do this? Everybody who's been following me, why do we look at longer time frames? Somebody get this. But you guys leave me hanging. You better get this right. Why do we look at longer time frames? Even with day trading, even with intraday. Good morning, Donnell. David Davis. Riding Rick, stronger trend. David Davis, bigger picture. Yeah, you guys are right. But I have a saying for new traders to drill it in their head. The longer the time frame, the stronger the support, the resistance, the trend, the price action in the uptrends or downtrends. Longer the time frame, stronger all the indicators. Simply because the more information you have over a longer period of time, the more accurate those indicators are going to be, whether it be simply just support and resistance or maybe a more complicated indicator like the VWAP, The longer the time frame, stronger the indicators. Yeah, you both are right. I was just trying to get somebody to say my saying because that's usually easier to get people to go. PTSI, you're shorting. Let's see. There's nothing going on this thing, that's for sure. Let's look at this daily chart. I mean, there is some room for it to fall. Could possibly be a good short, but be careful because it hasn't really cracked that 50-day strong yet. Like this pullback the last 4 days is not because of the stock I'm looking at, and I don't see really any PR on it. Unless there's something I don't know about it, which is possible. Um, but that pullback is a pullback from the SPY. So if the SPY rebounds and you short PTSI, and the reason that PTSI dropped was because the SPY dropped, well, PTSI is going to come back up because the SPY's rebounding. So you definitely want to be very careful with that short. I'm a bear in the market overall, but still, that could be a very, very sketchy short. Trump stocks are seeing volume today, as is Rumble. That's a lot of. So that's DWAC. Let's see. That sounds like, yeah, DWAC had a shoot up, but that sounds like, okay, I see the little. So one thing is, as a day trader, as an investor, most of the PR that is going to come out is going to be a bunch of nonsense. So BZ is saying Trump sensitive stocks see volume. You know, that is true. It did jump up $4, but we look at the overall daily chart. Yeah, you know, maybe it can start going again. It's held up, but it's got to break 60.50 if it is going to try to break out. And it's not even close to 60 yet, so it's still got a ways to go. So, like, this PR doesn't really mean anything. Like, I really don't care who BZ is because it's irrelevant. They're going to put out PR, a lot of PR, and not just Trump stocks. I'm talking about in general, especially in the penny stock world. That is going to be a bunch of nonsense. Just like this one right here. 5 short squeeze candidates to watch. ISIG is one of the short squeeze candidates. Will these squeeze? Who knows? Nobody knows. But as day traders, we really don't care that much about the PR. Only thing we care about in the PR is like DNAY. Do we have good PR? You know, they got a license agreement with Pfizer, so that's good PR. That's why I'm holding it. But other than that, even if it is good PR, the stock still might not do anything anyway. So like, if you're trading off of what the news articles are saying, the news articles are reporting it. Remember that. They are reporting it. Anybody who writes a news article may not be a trader whatsoever. So if they're reporting on it, it's probably too late to mess with. And we see that with DWAC so far. You know, that come out at 9:30 an hour ago. And at 9:30 when it came out, DWAC was already up to $56. It had ripped and made its rip. And now that news come out and they're like, oh, try to get a little bit of action in the Trump stock. In the WAC. Like, it didn't quite rip as hard as they wanted to. So they're like, oh, let's put out some PR and tell people, hey, it's up. It's getting some attention. You know, the most volume this has got so far today. Let's see. Let's just. Can't be that much. Maybe a couple million in volume. So there's not even that many people who are buying this stock. You know, maybe like, yeah, it's like 3 or 4 million in volume. And most of it was that one little buy and pop there. So, looks like we're going to try to hold that 25 like I was talking about. We got rejected coming down. Now we want to see this hold on the 25, curl back up, and break this downtrend, test 30. Daily chart, still quite a bit of indecision. Now my concern on ISIG is if we don't get a shoot up over 30, we're going to have another sell-off, and they would be back down probably to 20. So I'd rather lock in profits today on this, especially if it doesn't break up to that top side. So kind of got to wait it out. BTCS is still doing its thing, just hanging around that 450. Well, yeah, look at this. DWAC just continuing to sell off. Nothing really there. Okay. No problem. Benzinga, yeah. Pet's looking to take another leg down. I mean, if the SPY is dropping, everything is going to be taking legs down. And the SPY did just get rejected at 460 and starting to push down again. So, like, real quick, I'll unhook this one. Let's put that on the SPY at the moment. So, PTSI looking similar to the SPY. And then you said, what? Pets? You know, this the SPY chart, this is the Pets chart. Both on the 15 minutes. Both very bearish. God, look at all the selling that's come through on Pets. Gross. SPY is such a head pusher, yeah. Now, see, we click over to ISIG, it's a different story, and that's why I'm in ISIG. ISIG is going up regardless. Well, actually, let me pull back to the SPY and pull ISIG up here. You know, it's a different pattern. There's buyers that are coming in, even though this pulled off at the beginning like the SPY. The buying that came in was a lot stronger. So even though we're having a pullback in the SPY, we are having it on ISIG, but ISIG has the 10-day moving average at $25 as support, all of that support that can try to hold up. Whereas those other plays, not quite. Now, if you're, like I said, if you're short in PTSI, maybe it turns into a good play. Maybe it doesn't. And then BTCS, you can see it not any type of correlation to the SPY hardly. I mean, you are getting a little bit of a downtrend, but the pattern, oh damn, I keep doing that. Whoops. Get out of here, stop. There we go. SPY. And there's BTCS. So BTCS was going up while the SPY was going down. Now it is starting to kind of follow the SPY at the moment. That's because buyers haven't really come back in yet. But as the market, if the market continues to drop, it's going to affect every single stock. Yeah, see that little pullback, the DNA pulling back, everything pulling back just as soon as the SPY started pulling back. All right. So I probably am going to end up holding ISIG longer. We are getting close to the end of the stream here. And I don't think it's going to make any crazy moves within the next 15 minutes. Possibly it could. We'll see. BTCS pulling back. Let's see if Bitcoin's pulling back. Yeah, Adam making a nice little bounce. Nothing wrong with that. That's the other thing. Adam has been my anchor. Like everybody's arguing the crypto market is bearish, and I'm like, are you not paying attention to Adam? Because Adam Adam's not really showing much bearish signs. No, see, Ether just bounced off of the hour chart, got down there to the bottom of the trend line, and Ethereum bounced. And Bitcoin, I mean, look at Bitcoin. It's already almost back over 42,000. Everybody's screaming the end of the world for Bitcoin and cryptos. Now, it is kind of following this path, which is a bit concerning. So we're going to need to see it rebound back over 43,000 for Bitcoin to be back on this trend line. But a lot of blood in all the markets right now. So ISIG starting to possibly show some confirmation of $25 holding support here. Had that little dip down to 25.15. See another little push up on this candle, maybe a close above 26, and then the next candle start pushing above 26. See another test of this little intraday downtrend. This could go either way on the ISIG looking at that daily chart. Let's see, GMVD. Nice daily chart. What is going on with this thing? Looks like this is a new IPO from July. Well, newer IPO, I should say, not new. Get those dry ones off there. There we go. So there's your downtrend. Yeah, this is beautiful. Beautiful downtrend wedge breakout. Very bullish on the daily chart. I like what I'm seeing on it. Any news? They partnered. They got a partnership. So partnerships are always good, although it's about COVID test kits or some nonsense. So it's really not good news. Let's see. Products to manufacture COVID-19 PCR collection test kits available for retailers to. Yeah, nah. The trend line is there. Or the break of the trend line, I should say, and then the new uptrend is here, so you can just follow it up this uptrend. But it did just break over that high a day, pushing for a new high a day. So not a bad looking play. What is the float on this? GMVD, 13.5 million shares. I like it. I like the low float. The only thing I don't like is it's under $5. But it definitely can move. It's going to have to break 3 here, which it's coming up on. But just remember, this PR is good because it's a partnership. But what it's a partnership for, and then right there, it's only a $13 million partnership, and it's for COVID tests. Like, we don't really need COVID tests. But maybe Deltacron will get people hyping this thing. It's trying to move. We'll see if it can break 3 right away. If it breaks 3 right away and keeps running, then it may have a good chance. But if it struggles with $3, then we'll know there's some selling pressure there in the way. So RSIG still trying to hold. BTCS dipped down a little bit more. That's all right. And DNA just still holding above 10. I'm absolutely fine with that if that holds above 10. Now, if you got GMVD down here, this would be the perfect entry. When you see it come down, And it started forming this trend line on the 15 minute. If we go into a 5 minute, we'll see that trend line being confirmed multiple times. So this was the first test, then it confirmed and held it here, confirmed and held it here, and then didn't even quite get down to it, but pretty much confirmed and held. But getting in right here on this little third confirmation, right below 250, and then you get a break from 250 up to 295. That's actually a pretty good win on a price stock this cheap. 50 cents on a stock under $3 is a very nice win. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it can, how much more it can break, and then also the range on the daily chart. The high of all time of the year is 460. And we're at $3. So if it does explode, it's going to run into those highs. A lot of push back here, a lot of resistance in these candles. So it would take a ton of buying volume to push this thing up any more than $3. Whoops. I just messed that chart all up. Especially in a downtrending market like we got at the moment. But who knows? There's always that element of some group, some trading group, Ross Cameron or anybody. There's tons of big trading groups out there. They could be loading up on this and getting ready to try to push it, trying to get some buyers to get their attention. BBLG has slowly started curling back up a little bit. So that's still one to keep an eye on. It's got a break over that 650, but you basically have a channel. This is turned into a channel play right here at 550 is the bottom. So if it can break 650, 675, BBLG could push up. If it ends up cracking 550, it is going to be done. Beautiful. ISIG back over 26, doing exactly what I want to see. You just keep doing your thing, buddy. You just keep doing your thing. Damn, Daniel B, are you missing one life? You keep on asking where he's at. Do you need him here to hold your hand? Is that what it is? Alright. I'm going to take a quick little break here because we are getting close to the end of the stream. I'm going to try to give the stream here. Maybe we'll go another 20-30 minutes if ISIG does start to break out. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to sit here and wait all day on it. Got other things to do. But I'll be right back, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out and being patient with me. So I'm going to have to look at my phone a little bit here. TCRI moving. Let's see about TCRI. Random pop out of nowhere. No, oh, it's an OTC stock. Yeah, I don't trade OTC stocks because of this nonsense. Like, there's no PRs, nothing. No reason for this to pop. Just a random OTC stock popping up. I mean, you look at the daily chart, there was nothing going on until here recently. So I don't know anything about this company. And you can see it already pulled back $1.50 just that quick. Yeah, I don't mess with OTC stocks for that reason right there. I'll invest long term in an OTC stock if I've done the research and it's in the OTC QB, but not. I'm fairly certain that that stock is not in the OTC QB with that chart and no PR whatsoever. Now, so GMVD pulling back right there to that uptrend. DNA is still just hanging out, and ISIG still testing that 25 support. Making sure it's going to try to hold here. We got 2 minutes on this 15-minute candle. I'm going to go back into our chart. And that'll be the close of the 15 and the hour chart. It'll be the close of all charts. An hour and below, so we'll see. Looks pretty decent here. Trying to push above 26 within the last minute and a half. Let's see, how's our SPY doing? Flat top on the SPY on the 15-minute at 460. So SPY has to get back over 460. Here's the downtrend on the SPY. It's quite a ways away from uptrending. But let's keep an eye on ISIG here for the last little bit of this close and see if we're going to have a pop up or not. $30 seconds. Of course, like I've said before, the I don't know what I was saying before. Jeez. Just turned on my other phone and it just went crazy. It's been dead. I haven't checked my other. Let's see, you need 2 more games in GU in 7 hours. Hey, I mean, you still got plenty of time with Gods Unchained to get those Blessings of the Gods weekly event tokens if you miss this weekend or whatever. SIG, are you going to be able to hold up or not? So we're a little less red than we were, but it's still not out of the woodworks yet. But yeah, ISIG pulling back at the moment does not look like it's going to break in the next 15 or 30 minutes. We're testing 25 now, but that little curl up we were getting is starting to get ruined here. RELI coming up to the downtrend. Possible break of this this downtrend there if it can get over, and basically needs to break 750, but the downtrend's right around 725. And then DWAC is getting a little push back up, so maybe some attention will come into that. But you got this little flat top at 57, both bodies at the tops of these candles. Ooh, ISIG just cracked 25. Yep, so it's going to be a little bit, if ISIG is going to rip. SPY is too sketchy right now. So I'm just going to wait things out. I'm going to wait things out a little bit. Yeah, Don, that was perfect timing, wasn't it, Donnell? I think a swim's starting to get a little glitchy too. That's scary. BTCS pulling all the way back to the bottom of the trend line. Did get bought up off the bottom of the trend line though. As soon as it dropped down there, getting pushed right back up. But yeah, at the moment, I think we're going to see a little dip, a little quietness over the next hour, maybe for lunch. We'll see if the market can rebound and if everything can come back up. But if the market continues to drop, could get sketchier the rest of the day. We will be back later today, 4 p.m. Central, for the Framework Fortune Crypto update on the Framework Fortune Crypto channel. So come join me there. If you are into the crypto markets, take a look at some TA and see if we can figure out whether or not Bitcoin is actually going to drop. If you haven't yet, go sign up, frameworkfortune.com, free signups with email, and you can get access into the Discord group, which has all the different things that we cover and talk about across the Framework Fortune community, including HH Traders channel and Justin Saul's channel, the Crypto Corey Mining channel. If you haven't checked out Crypto Corey Mining, go check it out. If you haven't checked out HH Traders channel, go check that out. We are bringing in this year, coming in heavy in the Framework Fortune community, and it's only going to get bigger and crazier from here. So appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there, and enjoy the new outro.